Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news podcast on TayNinhTV with some last events in our private as well as nationwide. And here are our stories today. Ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of August the 6th, the supervisory delegation of the 15th National Assembly had a working session with the People's Committee of the TayNinh Province on the implementation of policies and laws on environmental protection since the Law on Environmental Protection 2020 took effect. The member of Party Central Committee and Chairman of the Committee for Science, Technology and Environment, Lê Quang Huy, chaired the meeting. On the side of the TayNinh Province, the member of Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee, Vice Chairman of the Provincial Bills Committee, Nguyễn Minh Lâm attended. Concluding the working section, the Chairman of Committee for Science, Technology and Environment, Lê Quang Huy, highly appreciated the results achieved by the TayNinh Province in environmental protection. He suggested that the province continue to review, update and fully implement environmental regulations, mechanisms and policies, decentralize and delegate powers clearly and in accordance with the reality. At the same time, it is necessary to perfect the waste treatment service price policy, promote the socialized investment in waste treatment plants, and fully handle pollution and unsanitary landfills. The province also needs to strengthen inspection, examination, data sharing, simplify administrative procedures at the grassroots level, develop a plan to manage air quality and greenhouse gas emissions. Previously, the report said that since the Law on Environmental Protection 2020 took effect, the TayNinh Province has pledged and approved environmental impact assessment reports for 166 projects, granted environmental licenses for more than 1,000 projects, ensuring the proper procedures with no late records. The rate of residents using clean water and hygienic water reached for 100%. The rate of industrial park with a centralized wastewater treatment system meeting environmental standards reached for 100%, and no facility causing serious environmental pollution arose. Reporting to the monitoring delegation on solutions to improve the effectiveness of environmental protection work, improving the implementation results of the Environmental Protection Assessment Index in 2025 after the province merger, the Vice Chairman of the TayNinh Provincial People's Committee, Nguyễn Minh Lâm, emphasized that the environmental protection is always a top priority in the province development. Accordingly, TayNinh has planned economic zoning in conjunction with environmental protection requirements, no planning of industrial zones and clusters along the Vam Cỏ Đông and Vam Cỏ Tây rivers to limit the risk of pollution. The province also aims to develop a green economy and circular economy, specifically in industrial zones through the application of green technology and promotion of digital transformation.
After 2 working days, the first Congress of the Party of King Trường World term of 2025-2030 was a great success. Member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, Vice Chairman of the Provincial Committee Nguyễn Minh Lâm, Member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, Director of the Department of Home Affairs Phạm Xuân Bách attended the Congress. In the new term, the Party of King Trường World will strengthen party building and rectification, build a clean and strong political system, promote the great solidarity of the people, mobilize and effectively use resources, improve people's life, promote administrative reform and digital transformation, ensure national security and defense, build King Trường World civilized, affectionate, and striving for development. The Congress announced the decision of the Provincial Party Standing Committee on appointing the Secretary Committee, Standing Committee, Secretary, Deputy Secretary of the Party Committee, Inspection Committee, Chairman, Deputy Chairman of the Inspection Committee of King Trường World Party Committee for the 2025-2030 term. Accordingly, Mr. Lê Thành Đông holds the position of Secretary of the King Trường World Party Committee term of 2025-2030.
And from August the 1st of 2025, the People's Coastal Insurance Codes will be officially replaced by personal identification numbers of the citizens' identification cards in order to create the national data synchronization on the population.
By the end of June 2025, over 100 million citizen information had been verified, of which about 91 million people were participating and enjoying social insurance and health insurance, reaching a rate of more than 99% compared to the total number of participants nationwide. In TayNinhTV, this work is being implemented urgently and effectively. Currently, the whole province of TayNinhTV has about 1.5 million level 2 electronic identification accounts. The province also aims to achieve 95% of the population participating in health insurance by the end of this year, contributing to ensuring social security for the people.
And TayNinhTV continues to affirm its role as an attractive destination for domestic and also foreign investors. According to the latest statistics, there are currently nearly 1,900 foreign direct investment FDI projects in the province, with a total registered capital of over $24 billion. Along with that, TayNinhTV also attract more than 3,100 domestic investment projects, with a total registered capital of about 700 trillion Vietnam dong. FDI projects mainly focus on the fields of processing and manufacturing industry, renewable energy, logistics, high-tech agriculture, etc. from many countries such as Korea, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, and the United States, etc. Meanwhile, domestic investors are also increasingly in pouring capital into industrial park infrastructure, residential areas, and trade services and ecosystem, and ecotourism also. The outstanding investment attraction results are thanks to the province's continuous efforts in improving the investment and business environment, reforming administrative procedures, developing regional transport infrastructure, and proactively supporting investors throughout the operation process. And the Provincial Party Committee and the People's Committee of the TayNinhTV Province always identify enterprises as driving force for the economic development and committed to accompany and creating the most favorable conditions for investors to effectively implement projects. And TayNinhTV is a province with a strength in agriculture, with the goal of turning TayNinhTV into one of the high-tech agricultural centers of the region. The province focuses on promoting the restructuring of agricultural sector towards modernization, high-tech application, comprehensive digital transformation, and development according to the circular, green, and sustainable model.
To implement this, TayNinhTV's agriculture and environment sector has been focusing on implementing high-tech agriculture, reducing methane emissions on rice plants, introducing production processes to reduce emissions, reduce the consumption of fertilizers, pesticides, fossil fuels, and at the same time increase the ability to absorb carbon dioxide in the soil.
And after 1 month of implementing the two-level local government model, the administrative apparatus in communes and works in the TayNinhTV Province is gradually stabilizing and promoting efficiency. Many bottlenecks in the management and operation are being addressed, creating a solid foundation for a streamlined, modern, and closer to the people administrative apparatus. When operating the two-level local government model, the direction of the provincial government is more direct to the grassroots, bringing about a clear efficiency. The commune-level government apparatus operates quickly and closely to actual needs. At the same time, the quality of the staff has also been improved, with better professional qualification and working spirit, and thereby bringing satisfaction to the people when coming to carry out administrative procedures. The staff here are very enthusiastic, making me feel very secure when I come here to communicate, to work, and carry out administrative procedures very quickly. Today I came here to stamp and photocopy of my identity card, and the staff in the world are very enthusiastic with the people. In addition to the achieved results, many localities still face some difficulties and problems in technical infrastructure and human resources. On the other hand, the limited of IT skills of a part of the people are also major barriers affecting the rate of online application submissions. In addition to achieve the result, many localities still face some difficulties also. And to overcome these limitations and difficulties, we continue to advise the People Committee of Bình work. First is to strengthen the community technology team. We constantly train and coach civil servants. Another thing is to investigate commune-level data to serve the local management software. And in order to support localities to increase the rate of online application submission, in the coming time, the Provincial Public Administration Service Center will synchronously implement many
solutions, focusing on improving the capacity of the staff and civil servants in deploying and providing online public services so that they can support the people to access and use. This will help people save time and cost while reducing the pressure on administrative apparatus. And with the determination of the entire political system, TayNin is gradually overcoming the strongly promoting the process of digital transformation and administrative reforms, aiming to build a modern government better serving the people and businesses and creating an important driving force for the province to develop a sustainable socio-economic situation in the future. And of the nearly 2,100 workers from TayNin province who have gone to work abroad since 2024, nearly 1,700 have chosen Japan as their destination, accounting for over 60%. TayNin workers mainly work in the fields such as mechanical engineering technology, food processing, high-tech agriculture, and mechanical processing, highly technical occupations that have been prioritized by the Japanese market for recruitment. And to continue expanding employment opportunities abroad, in the coming time, TayNin province will promote propaganda activities, providing timely and complete information about the Japanese labor market to the people, especially in rural areas, and at the same time, improve the quality of vocational training associated with the foreign languages, soft skills, and orientation education so that the workers better meet the requirements of partners.
And the total retail sales of goods and consumer service revenue in TayNin province in July of 2025 continued to record a positive growth. It is a positive signal showing that people's purchasing power is improving. Production and business activities also continue to develop after the merger of administrative units and entering a new stable phase.
According to the report of Department of Industry and Trade, total retail sales of goods and consumer service revenue in July is estimated at more than 20,600 billion Vietnam dong, up 1.86% over the previous month and up nearly 18% over the same period in 2024. Specifically, retail sales of goods increased by 17.6%, accommodation and catering services increased by 11.76%, tourism and travel services increased sharply by 40.28%, other types of services increased by 23.76% over the same period. Accumulated in the first 7 months of 2025, the total retail sales of goods and consumer service revenue in the province is estimated at over 141 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of more than 15% over the same period last year. These raw figures show that trade and service activities in the province are developing steadily, which is an important foundation to promote local economic growth in the coming time.
And ladies and gentlemen, donating blood is a small act but has a great meaning and bringing the faith and hope for the life to the less fortunate, so that every drop of blood given, a life remains. And therefore, in recent years, the voluntary blood donation movement has spread strongly among all classes of people.
When learning about the Save Drops of Blood programs through the Facebook and Yellow platforms, the core of Ninh Bình Provincial Red Cross Society and the Central Institute of Hematology and Blood Transfusion launched Missy Trần Thị Hảo, residing in the Vân Ward, Ninh Bình Province, asked for leave from work on the morning of August the 5th to donate the blood. This is also the 5th time she has participated in this meaningful activity with the desire to contribute a small part to help save the lives of those in need of blood. This is the 5th time I have donated blood. I have joined the club, so there are blood donation activities in the province. If I know that I'm eligible, I will go. I want to contribute a little to save the patients who have dire need of blood. During July and August, the province also has activities in promoting volunteers because the commune level steering committee had not yet been established. On blood donation sections were called on the local media and websites, so the people also pay attention and followed. In 2025, the target for the whole province has 12,000 units of blood, and by August of 2025, with 15 voluntary blood donation sections, more than 8,000 units of blood were also received, reaching for 120% of the target assigned by the National Steering Committee for voluntary blood donation, and reaching 137% of the target assigned by the province, of which 350 milliliters of blood units reached for 64%. The number of repeated blood donors reached for 80%. And after the candidates complete their registration and pay the university and college admission application fee in 2025, the Ministry of Education and Training will begin application processing process to ensure that each candidate is admitted to the highest choice. From August the 16th, the Ministry of Education and Training will begin processing application on the system, also known as virtual filtering. Within 4 days from August the 17th to the 20th, the Ministry will upload the admission results of the school to the system and return the application processing results to the school in 6 times. This is to ensure that each candidate is submitted to only one highest choice, helping to minimize the phenomenon of virtual admissions. It is expected that after 6 virtual filtering rounds, from 5 p.m. on August the 20th, universities will begin announcing the first round of benchmark scores, and the deadline for announcing benchmark scores is before 5 p.m. on August the 22nd of 2025.
And ladies and gentlemen, from the playgrounds of clubs, many members and the young people have nurtured their ideals and round up every day. The White Dove Volunteer Youth Club under Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union of Đức Hòa Commune has been operating for more than 2 years. It's a common home for 25 members, a place to unite the spirit of youth and spread many positive values to the community.
The White Dove Club has continuously spread the spirit of volunteerism over the past 2 years through many meaningful and practical activities, from donating books and clothes to disadvantaged children, visiting lonely elderly people, to environmental protection campaigns, accompanying the young union members of Đức Hòa Commune in many activities such as removing the billboards, organizing the 1,000 Vietnam Dong Noodle model and the 0 Vietnam Dong World model also. In this activity of the club, there is a valuable lesson that helps me better understand the value of volunteering and contributes to guiding me to live a more positive life, and dare to think, dare to do, and dare to take responsibility for our actions. I have participated in the White Dove Young Volunteer Club for nearly 2 years now, and for me, the memories are indispensable. For example, the March 11 Vietnam Dong border event is an activity that I will never forget. We always want to create a community where we always grow together. Not only stopping at volunteer activities, the White Dove Club is also an environment for training personality, fostering the spirits of living beautifully and responsibly. One of the core values that the White Dove Club always preserve and spreads is the spirit of gratitude through activities such as visiting the people with meritorious services and cleaning the martyrs' monuments. When participating in the club, it will share our independence and autonomy in work and help me have more new connections and practical lessons. We will speed up the progress of activities, more activities on Sundays so that the youth can have more time to participate in activities. The White Dove Club is a living testament to the spirit of dedication, and today's practical actions will be valuable provision for the youth to confidently continue on the journey ahead, the journey of the young citizens who carry within themselves the idea of living beautifully, living usefully, and always ready for the fatherland.
And that's all for today, TV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.